Will Nas make the show? Is King Disease 3 better than King Disease 2? Will Nas'S ever evolve and pick better beats? Tune in to the next Dragon Ball Z.
No bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.
We'd like to welcome y'all to No Bars Off. I'm Will Brown.
Yes, Josh Demila. And what we do here is we salute hip-hop lyrics, big up verses, highlight, break them down. Thank you for joining us. Go and hit that like button, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can get updated on when we drop new episodes. We appreciate you for being here. And with that being said, we are here today because people have reached out to us.
As they typically do, which I still find a great thing that we tend to be the go-to when people drop albums, people hit us, pause, like, hey, new project, what you guys gonna do?
And then we always respond with which verse? Which verse are you excited about?
And the response we typically get is, you don't like it? As opposed to pointing this one. But the response is typically
for this one is, you don't like it?
That's been
for other ones is, nah, the whole thing, everything hot. So we understand. Y'all don't understand what we do at this channel yet, and I get it. It may take some time for it to sink in, but we highlight verses, people. It's not about the whole album. We're not here to critique it. We're not here to quote unquote react to it, even though today we will be reacting because Brown picked the verse, I picked the verse.
I don't know if there was anything else to pick, but you know. Listen, I want to say this. This is not a slight. This is not a shot. This is not a jab. But if you're going to call us and or text us and or DM us with, hey, great new project out, and the question that we always ask is, okay, where are the flames at, fam? If you can't point us to the flames, that's an issue. There's a disconnect here. So either you don't understand what we do, or you're just a fan of who it is that you're listening to at that moment. So we want to try to bridge that gap. We just want to try to say, hey, listen, it's not that we don't like certain people, because a lot of the response I've gotten is, oh, we know you're a such and such fan, so you're not going to like this. I'm a fan of everybody. I like the Police. I like Hall & Oates. I listen to everybody's music.
I love Bon Iver. I'm a big Bon Iver fan.
You like that guy?
I love Bon Iver.
I like Michael McDonald. Like I like a lot of music. And as you can see, all of these names are outside of the realm of hip hop.
No, well, I'm gonna say this. Our channel is based on positivity, right?
Absolutely.
I think the only album, and I will publicly say we kind of struggled with, was like Pusha T, because we wanted to critique his evolution, but we're here for the verses. So our mission was to find the dopest verse. Within that, I think we mentioned some of the things that we saw that we didn't love, but we also talked about more things that we did love.
Yeah.
And with this album is similar. I think that it's been getting a lot of love, a lot of just kudos for production and of course, you know, my man dropping after years and years of doing what he does and still being relevant at 48 it's
a thing. I love that. I would never take that away from him.
And you can't take anything away.
I would never take that away from him.
You know,
I want to celebrate this man as being the creator that he is. I want to celebrate him for continuing to push the envelope on what he does. Yes. I want to just celebrate the project as a whole. To complete a trilogy of albums within like a 24 month period is not an easy thing to do.
Listen, as an artist, once upon a time, filler acknowledgement and understanding the filler is not easy when you're in the creation process, right? And I think the way he started his career was masterfully realizing whatever fit into this puzzle has to fit perfectly. And he did that. You know, everything sonically like melded together well. He did that, you know, probably just on that album. I think other albums he strayed a little bit trying to reach different markets, which is fine. But, you know, the teenage version of himself has knowledge of what it sounds like. So this one threw us off a little bit.
Just a little.
But we're gonna go. We're gonna start with your selection.
Sure.
And was it one verse or two verses? Was it?
I think the first one kind of grabbed my attention a little more, just based off of what he's done in the past with these type of joints.
Yes.
And knowing how great he is with this, I think this is more so what he does and what he's great at.
Okay.
So this one, the first verse, and it's not that the second verse was bad.
Yeah.
But the first verse really kind of grabbed my attention in that, okay, he's going this route again. I love it.
Exciting.
So, yeah. I love when he does these type of songs and they actually have, and especially in the context of us losing so many of our heroes in the last, 8 to 12 months. Yeah. I thought this verse kind of personified what he's great at, but also the culture at the time. So I think this specific song, it kind of grabbed my attention. So
okay, let's hear it.
Let's check it out.
It's like y'all can't do nothing without me. Everything be going good, but then y'all pull me in and mess everything up. Why y'all always let me win? I be trying to find the best way they can stop me cold. Another body, and guess who the cause and why they foes? Beef is my name, my story is age old. So question, why do I always come to take souls? I'm everywhere in the hearts of men. Jealousy and envy, my right hands, them is my mans. I'm what happens on mad blocks. I'm the jabs taking the talks. The arguments between the women in the crab leg spots. That behind the back, she complex and multifaceted. Lesson to the real, I'll be decimal, subtract. The devil is a lie. I could confuse a genius, have him moving real dumb over nothing at my convenience. When empires fall over women, I am the reason. USA and Al-Qaeda, I'm the tension between them. I'm the words to get misinterpreted. I'm the get back, I'm the first to hit. I'm the worst of it, lurking on your premises. I am your nemesis, parents of every slain rapper wish I didn't exist. But I'm alive and I thrive on your ignorance. I'm 1,000-foot fence that keep you from getting rich. Get around me.
I mean, trendsetter, impactful. The things he did in the beginning stages of his career changed the complexion of the music industry forever.
Absolutely.
So we cannot take any of that away. The fact that he's still doing what he's doing today, we salute it. Now, the thing with us is we're real, I don't even want to say critical, but we focus on writing. We focus on the rhyme structure, right? So when he starts off, I'm everywhere in the hearts of men. Jealousy and envy, my right hands, them is my man. So this is personification at its finest. This is what he did when I Gave You Power.
I Gave You Power. And this is the first thing I went to when I heard the song. Like it was, I gave you power, but again, in the form of beef and trying to personify what beef is, where it comes from, what forms it's in. That's the first thing I gravitated towards, but go ahead.
Yeah, and he's done, Money Is My Bitch. Even when we first heard One Love, the idea of him having this letter, from jail and making it into a song, it was almost like he personified that. But this is
the letter, like the letter itself.
Right.
Absolutely.
So when he starts off, of course, it gives you visions of I Gave You Power. Now, I'm going to say this. The music on I Gave You Power was haunting. It took me somewhere. It felt like you were seeing it. It felt cinematic. This is not that.
It doesn't.
The music is not that.
It's not.
That's what I'm going to say. So,
and we can stop there.
Right there, he's jealousy and envy in my right hands. Them is my man. So he's telling you that jealousy and envy are pretty much the cause or the catalyst for what he does, who he is. Right. And he's what happens on Mad Blocks, the jabs taken in talks, the arguments between the women in the crab spots.
Now, I will say, even though it's a subtle line that you can skip over, I'm the jabs taken in talks. I don't want to breeze past that line because, they say a lot of people, it's a lot of truth in jokes.
Yep.
And it's a lot of, you know, I mean, what seems like somebody may be joking is really some undercover hate. So
yeah,
I'm the jabs taken and talked. I get it. Like it is something, the way he worded it is something that can be breezed by, but it's a thing. Like it's an actual thing. Like this is the joke that your man was like, oh no, you ain't gonna be able to do that. Like it's a joke, but there's some truth in that.
Yeah.
That's a real feeling that came through in that joke. So while it's not one of the greatest bars or one of the greatest lines to use, I do get the fact that there are some hidden meanings that in jokes that people sneak in that they don't want to tell you straight up, but they'll send it to you in the form of a joke. So I did like that.
Yeah. And I will say the difference between I Gave You Power, of course, was the novelty and something that it hadn't really been done.
Right.
And it felt like every line had a metaphoric feel. Every line was kind of symbolic. True. And back then, I felt like his rhyming was a little more pristine. Like this, where he goes, hearts of men, them is my mans, mad blocks, crab leg spots. Like nothing really connected. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like mad blocks and crab leg spots was supposed to kind of join, but
not sure how.
Yeah, he didn't really.
You added a whole extra syllable.
I'm not being nitpicky. I'm just saying this is the part where the song has some holes to me. But I do like that behind the back shit, complex and multifaceted, lesser to the real. I'll be decimal subtracting shit. All of that to me is more. This is when what I like what he does. That
absolutely,
because you talk about the behind the back shit. It's complex and multifaceted.
And multifaceted. Yeah. And then listen to the real. I be decimal subtracting shit. So little small parts. It's not. It's not in whole layers. And for him to add the decimal in it, as in it's portions of it. It's not. It's fractional. Like the shit that you see, it may not be just right in your face. It may be just fractional small things that you probably will overlook. But when you look at them as a whole, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then to keep it going with the devil is a lie. I could confuse a genius, have him moving real dumb over nothing at my convenience. Like that's a real thing. That's like that line to me. You can be the smartest person in the room. You can be the smartest person in your set, whatever you want to call it. But just the idea, the concept of beef can have you looking and moving real stupid and looking like you're not the smartest person in the room or you're not as smart as you think you are. Just based off of the ideal, the concept, he got beef with me, or I got beef with him. I got to move differently. So I thought that was a great play on, I can confuse a genius, which in itself is an oxymoron because he's a genius. There's not too many things that are going to confuse a genius. But to confuse him just based on the fact that he's moving dumb over nothing just because it's convenient for me. Like the beef that just the idea of beef, it has you moving like, nah, so I don't know if I like him because
right.
He's looking at me, and it couldn't be nothing further from the truth.
Wise man said argue with fools.
Yeah.
I think those two bars are they sum up a lot of this song. Just saying I can confuse a genius and have them moving real dumb because no one thinks of themselves as idiots, but when you do idiotic things, you end up locked up. And he goes into empires falling over women. I'm the reason for USA and Al Qaeda. I'm the tension between them. Yeah, this is all dope. And you know why I'm gonna bring this up right now, and because this is your choice. So I get to propose in your choice. We get to skip and Shannon right here.
Absolutely.
So we've broken down people like J. Cole, even Benny the Butcher, Drake, Che Noir. They would not let four bars go by without rhyming every ending. Like they would not let confuse a genius go with nothing at my convenience. Like it would line up better, and they would keep it going. I am the reason wouldn't come next. Intention between them wouldn't come next.
I agree.
They would take genius and convenience and go further
somewhere else.
somewhere else to make sure that those rhyme schemes lined up for you to be like, ooh, oh, and then keep going. And it's more pleasing to the ear. And I feel like he used to do that. I don't know. I mean, I don't have concrete proof in my head.
Right.
I feel like there's a part of him right now that I don't want to call it lazy, but because he gets right back. I'm the words that get misinterpreted. I'm the get back. I'm the first to hit. I'm the worst of it. Right? That's real. You are the words that get misinterpreted. That is beef.
That's beef.
That's beef.
That's beef.
The revenge. Yeah. I'm the first to hit, and I'm the worst of it.
Son, what?
Yeah.
This is supreme Nas right here.
That's it.
This is not just categorizing and or making beef a thing, but he's telling you where they even come from. Like the words that get misinterpreted, the get back, the first to hit, I'm the worst of it. Like these are lurking on your premises, I'm your nemesis. Like these are actual things that are beef related. Like this is beef defined.
Yeah.
The words that get misinterpreted. Somebody told you something, by the time it gets to you after the grapevine and changed it a million times, those are the words that get misinterpreted. I'm the get back. The get back is when, and we talked about this the other day, how we were as children excited about when Doughboy shot Ricky's killers. Like that was the get back. Like that was beef. Oh God, that was perfect. That was like we talked about. Like this is the thing. Like this is Nas at his peak, at his pinnacle. This is what he is, being able to personify and put these things in terms that are not only relative, but you can see them. Like things that you've seen, whether in your own life or you've seen in somebody else's life. That like these are things that you've seen happen.
Yes.
This is premium Nas right here.
It is. It is.
Absolutely. Which is why I chose the song.
But once again,
keep going.
Misinterpreted, first to hit, worst of it. Lurking on your premises, I am your nemesis, right? Parents of every slain rapper wish I didn't exist. That's a dope line.
Parents of every slain rapper wish I didn't exist.
But the rhyme scheme isn't there.
Everybody's
gonna hate me now.
Good one. Good one.
But I'm gonna just move on because I don't, like I said, wish I didn't exist. I'm alive and I thrive on your ignorance. I love that. And then he paints this picture. I'm a 1,000-foot fence that keeps you from getting rich. Get around me. I like the symbolism there. How do you get around this 1,000-foot fence? But if the foot is 1,000 feet high,
or how do you get your mind around the fact of trying to get over the 1,000-foot fence and get around it? How do you take out of your mind and this is what I love about the song as well. Like, okay, the concept of beef is in your mind, you have to win it. Like, I can't let somebody punk me, or I can't let nobody do this. So the idea or the concept of beef is I can't be the loser of the beef. Right. So trying to win the beef is the 1,000-foot fence. But trying to find better ways around it is getting around the fence. So I thought that line was more so an ode to losing the ego, stop worrying about trying to get over the fence, because it's 1,000-foot. Trying to climb that, you're going to be there for weeks. Right. So it's not the idea of getting over the 1,000-foot fence. It's about working. It's about working smarter and not harder and getting around the fence, because it's not 1,000-foot wide fence.
Right. Exactly. I was going to say that. Yeah.
Exactly.
He caught. Yeah, that was smart. Do you want me? Do you want the second verse? Do you want to hear the second verse?
I don't. It's okay. I thought because it's fine. I like the first verse. I'll leave that where it ends.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm straight.
All right. Well, my selection on this collection of songs that people are loving. I'm gonna let that rock.
I think we're gonna call this one the first time. Brucey B voice. first time you heard Nas? Was you earling off some gut rot liquor on 2-5? Or your big brother put you on like surprise? Hearing my hood described, so vivid you can see it while closing your eyes. Maybe it was the age of the letters I wrote when jail letters will hope you read the credits and you saw Large Pro or some decrepit club where DJ SNS had buzz. I stepped on the stage with imperfections I was messing up on her first time. Inside a Subaru, she just had a few with a boo they driving. He put on barbecue, and I got through to you, a dude who I saw rockin' fubu outside Papayas. Told me halftime was timeless while armor all in his tires. I was trying to juggle Columbia records while dealing with what the country Columbia jungles had left us. First time you heard it, Nas, I probably was under suppressor, gun in the dresser while you was bagging up in the kitchen playing my records. Your first time was you hitting the gas, and the whip was a never hitting. She passed your real music test to know if she into the ad-libs, real rap.
We're gonna stop there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I heard this, I was like, okay.
First of all, it's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. That's first.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It's definitely a vibe.
I could have used 8 more of these. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I don't like his talking intros. I'm gonna be real with you. They don't sound natural.
Because to say first time, I think we're gonna call this the first time. That wasn't the smartest thing in the world.
But it's okay.
It's okay because it's Nas. But so then, add on Brucey B voice. Nas, you're 48. We're not going to talk like we tweeting, okay? Let's not do that. Let's not talk in tweets. But, okay. Song is crazy, though.
Yeah.
Song is dope.
Was you earling on some gut rot liquor on 2-5? Where were you the first time you heard Nas? Do you remember?
First time I heard Nas, I wasn't earling on gut rot liquor. I was probably smoking.
Smoking kind of early, Chief.
Well, no, that was like 94.
No.
92?
No.
No, I probably wasn't drinking or smoking. But like live at the barbecue, I'm just thinking like Illmatic.
But yeah, you thinking Illmatic? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking Illmatic, not just the first time I heard his voice. Right. Because The World Is Yours was out in like 92.
Yeah, but the first time you heard him was probably Back to the Grill Again.
Exactly. I'm waving automatic guns and nuns. So so back then, probably wasn't doing too much. I was probably 13, 14. I don't want to tell my age, but basically I just did. So it's okay. But first time I probably wasn't early on some gut rot liquor on 2-5, but I was on 2-3, and it was refreshing to hear a kid, fresh voice, fresh face. Yeah. He was different. And then you have him rhyming on this song with is Search and Kick Him in the Grill P. Are they white? I believe they're white. I don't want to be racist, but I'd like to hear him rhyming with them. You know, it was refreshing, but it just felt like he was ahead of his time back then.
He was different,
like,
you know.
And like even he gets into it like so vivid, you can see it by closing your eyes. Maybe it was the age or the letters I wrote when jail letters were hope, like going back to the whole, one love, like we talked about earlier, like to reference your own earlier material. I don't know how many people have a catalog that they can do that. Just that alone is just an ode to his longevity, how dope he's been for so long. Yeah. But he's like, you read the credits and you saw Large Pro. But just like just going back to the first time you heard him, it was like, okay, even if you don't remember it, he would at least give you the time to try to take the time to try to figure out, okay, when was the first time I heard Nas? And then like as you go through this in your mind, you're like, oh, okay, I was here and I heard him on this and I heard him on this and we was here, and like it does have this nostalgic type feeling, which the music gives you too. It does. So I think the song, that the cohesiveness of what the verse is about and the beat itself was very well played. Very well played.
I think a lot of us New Yorkers remember the Video Music Box EPK that kind of changed everything. Absolutely. You know, just the visual of them talking about creating this album and this young kid who was like the the man from Queensbridge, and he was like the next up and coming, and it was
and
marketed
we
without
just knew
marketing. It was something we had never seen before. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels for giving us that vision of this album, because prior to that, people had their DJ or their producer that kind of did the whole album. If you were in the crew of Marley Marl, you had Howie T, Herbie Love, but people did the whole albums. Dr. Dre, but here we had
who did all of Heavy D's first album? That
was Eddie F.
Peaceful Journey was like, Jesus Christ. But go ahead.
So Bomb Squad, like it was like that. So to have Pete Rock, Q-Tip, LES, DJ Premier, Large Pro all come together and
at 17,
right, to crown this guy, it was changing everything. And like you said, he referenced inside of Subarus, he just had a few with a boo. They drive and he put on Barbecue and I Got Through to You. So
like
this is what he does. This is what he used to do so well, is put a small anecdote story with 2 bars that gave you a vision of Shorty out of Subaru having a beef with her dude. They driving and he puts on Live from the Barbecue.
And she like, oh, I like him.
I got
this is one thing that I will always and forever give Nas credit for, what he's great at. He's great at painting and giving these nostalgic visions and views that place you they almost place you in a time capsule to where you remember where you are at this moment or where you were at this moment. He has always been one of the best at that. Always.
Yeah. A dude who I saw rocking FUBU outside Papayas told me halftime was timeless while armor rolling his tires.
And for those who don't know what Papayas is, that's a spot in the village. Everybody, that's where people used to go and hang out back then. 50 Cent Franks, 50 Cent Glizzies. I don't know. Do people even eat Glizzies anymore? 50 Cent Glizzies, but it was just a spot. You go hang out, son.
That was the only dates I could afford. And
back then, that was a whole date, and you spent about $8 and felt great about it.
But we love this visual. And then probably my second favorite, or probably my favorite line on the whole album is, I was trying to juggle Columbia Records while dealing with what the country Columbia jungles had left us. What? And to me, this is everything that I was talking about that I felt was missing from a lot of the album, with rhyme scheme, with painting pictures, with wordplay. Talk about trying to juggle Columbia Records, being a teenager on this record label, just thinking about him being sought after. If you know some of the story, just being on Live from the Barbecue. And
not only that, but the bidding, there was an actual bidding war for this kid.
Coming after him.
Real bidding wars for this kid.
And can you imagine a youngster from Queensbridge Projects, with a record deal with all these producers coming together?
And in the process of doing that, you're trying to deal with what the country Columbia,
the jungles,
what the jungles of the country Columbia left us. This is top notch coke producing countries.
Yeah,
and we know ain't nobody growing coke in Queens.
Right.
But somehow it ended up there, and this is what he had to deal with. And I'm dealing with Columbia Records while trying to deal with Columbia, the country, and what they done. Again, this is vintage. This is who Nas is.
Yeah.
And if we could have, again, had we been able to get 12 of these, you would have heard nothing.
And this is my answer to all the people that are cursing me out for my whole spiel on rhyme writing, and they're probably gonna say, "Oh, he just nitpicking Nas and I." No, when you can say things like, "I was trying to juggle Columbia Records while dealing with what the country Columbia jungles had left us," you're cognizant of the fact that
very cognizant.
Juggle and jungle sound alike, right? Columbia and Columbia.
Columbia and Columbia, they are alike.
You're inferring so people can think about what Columbia's jungles have left you. He didn't say coke. He didn't have to. He didn't say projects. He didn't say anything. It was all inference.
Exactly.
This is rhyme writing.
This is rhyme writing.
This is skill. This is not lyrical miracle. This is what it is right here. He has the ability to do it.
He has it. He has it.
So we're not crazy, folks.
Yeah,
he
has it.
Like,
and that's the thing. He has these moments sprinkled throughout the album.
He has
like that whole laughing in the Range Rover, listening to Takeover, texting home, telling them it's ain't over. Like that's
crazy.
You have you are very cognizant and capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Don't give me that for 4 bars and then
and then drift, and then people like, oh, it's it's poetry. Okay,
man.
Yeah. But here at No Bars Off, we don't take bars
off.
Yeah,
we're looking for something.
That's it.
We're looking for something.
Right. When we're breaking down these bars right here, first time you heard Nas, I probably was under some pressure, gunning the dresser while you was backing up at the kitchen playing records. Like, that's multiple rhyming words in the joint. That's visual. That's we waiting.
Man. And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I got another verse. Hold up.
First time you heard Nas, you probably heard somebody say that I pick bad beats, but I pick bad freaks. Narratives, they running with the classics, they coming with what I recorded last week for new guys. Hope this the first time you heard Nas. It's a special moment. A million reasons I wrote it. My shit to get you rescinded, cause you can tell where my soul is. The one I'm chosen, like Bryce and Brody, they pop ball, so they had to do it. My dad did music, I had to pursue it. And spread my wings on a helipad like Troop did. The truth is, a similar thing had happened to me. I listen to Wayne, I listen to G, I listen to Dre, I listen to me. Since when did rap leave me so suspended in there? Since Kendrick entered the atmosphere, 09 I was there. A La Cienega, my from LA said it's a from Black Hippie. I was happy to just witness history.
So there was a couple of lines in there that I had to just, I had to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And, it started with the first one. You probably heard somebody say that I pick bad beats. So
you're cognizant of this again. This is cognizance. You said you probably heard somebody say, I pick bad beats. If someone heard that, I doubt everybody heard it from one person. But then I like that you flipped it and said, no, I pick bad freaks. I'm not even going to feed into that narrative. I pick bad freaks.
I'm not going to feed into it either, because this is the man that World is Yours, Life's a Bitch, One Love.
Yes.
Memory Lane.
Even the message. Like
the message.
These are songs that shootouts. I Gave You Power. Like he has legendary joints. Pause. So it's not about picking bad beats. Yes, you everybody picks bad beats every now and then.
Yes.
Look, since we're comparing, even Jay made Hollywood. Even Jay, I mean, everybody picks bad beats.
And as a known bad beat picker myself, I'm in the same boat. So I understand the plight of being an artist. I remember Razzcast used to say, "Yo, y'all care about a beat? Fuck a beat, I'll rhyme." Like, because sometimes we're so egotistical, and we have this vision, rhymes, whatever, and then the beat be just backdrop. The beat don't even matter sometimes. And that's why A&Rs are A&Rs. That's why people come in and say, nah, that's not it. Like, you need something else. So we understand.
Right.
That's why our show is called No Bars Off.
No bars.
Not no beats off. So I never feed into that narrative. I always say, it's not the beats, y'all. It's something else, So I do love that he went bad beats, bad freaks, narratives they running with, the classics they coming with.
Ain't fucking with what but then goes back to it. Ain't fucking with what I recorded last week. So you got bad beats, bad freaks, but they ain't fucking with what I recorded last week. So, listen, this is the genius guy that knows exactly what he's doing. Call it lazy, call it just whatever.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me you're not cognizant of these things and you're dropping them in these lines, sprinkling them all in the candy, and you're gonna talk about why people mention it later.
Yeah. For new guys, hope this is the first time you heard Nas. It's a special moment. A million reasons I wrote it. And this makes me think of the Cartier family, them young boys I told you about that post their reactions to stuff.
Yeah.
To a lot of the old music. You know, they didn't know Method Man was a rapper.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they inspired some great stuff from us just thinking about some of the stuff we need to talk about. But you know, you think about young guys listening to Nas for the first time, and I wouldn't want this to be their first introduction because I don't think it does justice. But we all know as an artist, whatever you're doing now, you want it to top your past. So he's thinking, oh, this is my best work. Damn, forget Illmatic. Like, listen to this right here and get a vision of where I am right now today. So I understand that. And to say my shit will get you recented because you can tell where my soul is. I like that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then to keep it going, like the one I'm chosen, like Bryce and Bronny. Like, okay, so you're going from Pops, the one I'm chosen, the chosen one.
Yep.
So like Bryce and Bronny, they're pop ball, so they had to do it. My dad did music. I had to pursue it. Like, so again, Nas, this is what Nas does.
Yeah.
This is what he's great at. This is what he's great at.
Yeah. This is all painting a picture. Just going from one I'm chosen LeBron, just like Bryce and Bronny, they pop ball. His pop, Oludara did music, had to pursue it, spread my wings on the helipad like Troop did.
Like Troop did?
Yes. Spread my wings.
What? Listen, who had Troop sneakers?
I did. They weren't affiliated with the group, right?
But I knew that they were a brand. That's all I know.
I don't think they were affiliated with the group, but they
weren't affiliated with the group. But just the fact.
Yeah. But we remember the video. I think they were on the roof or something like that, on the helipad, whatever. But but this is, all of that rhyming in there.
Right.
That's me. I like that. Had to do it. Had to pursue it. Troop that.
You went left.
Yeah.
And you start doubling.
Talk about it. Let me. Since this is my selection, go ahead. Let's hear it.
It just wasn't necessary. The truth is, a similar thing happened to me. I listened to Wayne, I listened to G, I listened to Dre, it wasn't necessary. It just wasn't.
I want to disagree with you.
You had a nice structure.
So bad.
You had a very nice structure going. You had a vision going. You had a visual going.
And
then you had a vibe. You had a bop. Everything was working in your favor.
Right.
And then for some reason, you felt the need to. A similar thing happened to me. I listened to Wayne. I listened to G. I listened to Dre. I listened to me. Like it wasn't necessary, and not that it was the absolute worst thing in the world.
It wasn't. It wasn't
necessary.
Yeah, I think if the beat changed up,
right,
that would have made
sense. Which it didn't.
It didn't. The beat stayed smooth. It's like if he did this on memory lane out of nowhere and just started double time, and you'd be like, "What?
You'd be like,
stop."
We were fine.
We were good. We were okay.
Man. Yeah. So
it definitely changed the vibe. And then he gives a big shout out to Kendrick.
Love it.
Entering the atmosphere. 09, I was there on La Cienega.
Love it.
Yeah, it was dope. I would have loved, me personally, I would have loved something that kind of tied into it metaphorically, maybe some more rhyming words or just
a little bit.
The kind of the same way he used the Columbia inference to maybe not say Kendrick's name and, do something
right,
something witty right there, that something clever that would have
mention Top Dog, mention anything.
Something like that. Something like that, like Top Dog, Breed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, something there would have been smooth. And that's a difference. That's a difference with rhyming. I think this is why our show is it's something that's needed in hip hop because a youngster may want to take their pen game to the next level and not understand how, you know.
Right.
And those are the little things that matter. Just taking something simple and changing it to the point where it's not super complex, but it makes the listener have to think a little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. And that's what we want to do to push the culture forward. Absolutely. You know, I think that's why No Bars Off exists. So with that said, we have our selection. Thank you for taking time out of your work trip.
Man. Yeah, I guess I can finish this half beef, half brisket burger that I got, which is absolutely immaculate. Pause.
Beef.
I got to find a way to warm it up at this point, but yeah.
So much love to Nas'S, all the people
man
that are saying King's Disease 3 is album of the year. I don't think that's. I haven't thought about all. Did Russ come out this year? Was Russ this year or last year?
It wasn't this year. That was last year.
That was last year. Okay, my bad. Never mind.
That was last year. Because Chomp 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else dropped this year? Jid dropped this year.
Jid dropped this year. And look, this is the perfect.
I don't know.
Perfect segue for any rapper that feels slighted that we didn't mention that you dropped this year.
Yeah.
Right in the comments, right there below, just say, "Hey, I dropped this year. Check out this project or check out this song."
Yeah. Of course, we had Pooh on here. The Dream in Color. That's a fire.
The Dream in Color is dope. I love the Dream in Color, man.
And we got some guests coming up on the open bar segment.
Absolutely.
You know, shout to Sky Zoo and Burger Bistro. You know, we're gonna have the location live.
Shout out to DETV, man.
Shout out to DETV.
Shout out to DETV, bro.
Featuring us, man. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the love. Man. Delaware, what up? DSU in the building.
DSU, Delaware, Wilmington, Dover.
All that.
Oh, I'm finished too. Good job. Right on time.
Yeah. You done. Yeah, this was dope, man.
No balls or drinks off.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all still like us.
Yeah, hopefully we haven't offended anybody. Yeah, man. Y'all check us out, man. Subscribe, like, comment, hate us, love us, audio, video.
Yeah.
We just
We do what we do. Take no balls off, y'all.
No balls off, y'all, please.
Real spitters take no balls off. Yeah. MCs take no balls off.